Good afternoon. We are here at the Bahrain Annual Art Exhibition. I am so happy and grateful that, I'm here once again. It's exactly in the same place where it was located 2 years ago, pre-pandemic, and now we're back. And I hope to God that all the artists and everyone will keep producing, keep inspiring. So my first piece of art is by Masuma Dave. As you can see, this is definitely something that I would really like. It's monstrous, it's grotesque. It's made of wire, it's 3D, and I love sculptures. So definitely this is one of my favorite pieces, and I chose to start with this. So next, I will go to the work of Dana Juman. This is a triptych, a series of three. May I touch it? Okay, it's made of carpets, and the way she does it is it's very interesting. It's a piece that you can design. You can put it on your walls. This is another one of the interesting things that I loved in the Bahrain Annual Art Exhibition, 42nd edition, Bahrain National Theatre. Maryam Hadji, I think this is so cool. Of course, I love anything that's cartoon-ish, but the way, the blank faces, it reminds me of the Dilbert cartoons. The Dilbert comics, if you don't know it, look it up. It's food for thought. So there's a lot of expression going on in the eyes, even though the face itself, it looks very bland. There's a lot of deep emotion here. This is one of my favorites. And this is another. This is Fatima Al-Sarhan. And there's calligraphy mixed in with multicolored lines. As you know, contemporary and abstract art is my thing. So definitely this is also one of my favorites. This is a series of works by Ibrahim Al-Ghanim. And at first, when I was afar, I thought that they were photographs. But on looking closely, they're very detailed. They're very detailed paintings, watercolor. And you can see the nuance, the texture, the shading. This really speaks of the amount of work that was done. So obviously, Ibrahim Al-Ghanim is one to watch, and I would love to meet this guy. So unlike the last time, the video is not going to be that long. This is my BL banner. Oh, I love installation art. And by the way, if you can hear it, there's also some sound art involved. There's a barrier, so I can't really go in, but it looks like a series of boats. Okay, looks like a series of boats, and there's also an installation where there are like a lot of hanging boats, and the sound, if you can hear it, obviously is like the sound of the waves. And so, well, he didn't say what the title was, but it's something about this scene. And this is also one of my all-time favorites. This is by Adel Salem Al-Thawadi, and it's abstract, it's contemporary, it's very colorful, which I love. And you can see this piece hanging in a traditional or a contemporary home, which makes it, really cool because it can hang anywhere. So the way that it's stretched also, you can see that he put a lot of work into it. So kudos to this guy. Noof Al-Rafai, by the way, won third place. And I love sculpture. And this is obviously some sort of metal. And you can see here that care was taken to corrugate the metal, or it was corrugated and she shaped it. And you can also see, if you look closely, that she also did some work on the piece itself. Like, I think this piece, it was beaten as well, and there are a lot of like inscriptions in it. So I like that one as well. This is Nawal Al-Saba, and I like this. The tree itself is made up of tiny people. So if you can see it clearly, it's, I think, a meditation on life, or the tree of life, because people, and a lot of people actually make up life. So this is one of my favorites. because it's a massive piece, and I like massive pieces, and they speak a lot to the audience, and it's very calming. I like the color. This is Aisha Hafuz. Wow, like, wow. Sometimes, like, of course, you can't go through the Bahrain Annual Art Exhibition without something on Gilgamesh. So this is obviously, and the way that the vases are made. It's called anthropomorphic, by the way. So anthropomorphic means that in some way it tends to resemble people. And you will see this in Japanese pots or tea kettles. I'm afraid I'm going over time, but guys, come on, look at this. Look at this. It's just so cool. You probably won't be able to afford this. It's museum quality. So Aisha, wow, very, very awesome work. And this is Haura Al-Hawachi, a series of black and white photos. And I like black and white photos because of the photos that they give. You kind of tend to like be drawn into the photos. This is a street in Manama for sure. But now that she's like asking us to look into it, it's a panoramic view. You see something that you haven't seen before. Maybe, I don't know what you see. And this is another series of photos, which this time around is done on canvas. This is by Sausan Tahar, a meditation on perhaps village life and maybe the modernization of women, because as you can see, they're wearing the traditional gear, traditional hijab, and yet they have red shoes. So I don't really know what that means. We'll have to ask Sausan about it. Not one to like say that, to impose a meaning on a certain artist. But this is very interesting. This is very, very interesting. Maryam Al-Ghanim, of course she won second place. Of course she won second place. This is so minimalist, like, and not many people will be liking this. I like it, but I don't know if I want to put it in my home, if you know what I mean. So this reminds me of Roberta Robles. Roberta Robles, like, awesome, ill-tempered Filipino artist. I'm sure she's not as ill-tempered. Anyway, this belongs more to a museum. If you notice, one piece doesn't have anything on it, but I'm sure there's a whole meaning to the whole set of pieces. This is Samar Al-Iskafi. The last time I was doing this 2 years ago, she had a sound piece, and of course she would have something else again. Now this is a meditation. Obviously, she threaded. I think this is definitely like a rigging used on a boat. So again, a meditation on sails, on life. And this is Maryam Hadji. Very traditional, but the way she does it, it's very modern. I like these three pieces, and they can hang anywhere. A house, a museum. This is very good stuff. This is Sarah Aradi. I cannot, sometimes you see works that like really, really, really inspire you. Of course, I love colorful work. I love textile art. So she blended a lot of the stuff. Yeah, colors of the rainbow. They're all here. So this is very, I would say, Moroccan inspired, textile art inspired. You can almost see the embroidery of the hangings. And the feeling, of course, there's also like a sort of feeling that she embodies. This is something very cool. I like this very much. This is by Sarah Aradi. This is Ibrahim Al-Ghanim. Now, I'm impressed. I'm impressed with the quality of the Bahrain Annual Art Exhibition. I wouldn't think that something like this would be an exhibit at an annual art exhibition in Bahrain. So, series of animals, and of course, these are the sort of things that we go for in Paper Monster Press. But this is incredibly well done. It's animals and then people or demons and then other animals. So this is impressive. Museum quality work. And the colors, of course, like it's so colorful. Not something for everyone. It's very dark, but yeah, if you're into this kind of stuff, this is really good. I will go to my last three artists. This is the third to the last. His name is Lubna Alarmir, or her name is Lubna Alarmir, and the whole series is calming. By the way, this was made in 2021 during the height of the pandemic, so maybe this is a way also of soothing her soul, like everybody else's soul needed to be soothed at that time. The colors, the texture, the way it is done, the handling of the I think it's watercolor and acrylic mixed. So everything is done to a point. Like it can be, if I were an interior designer or an architect, I would recommend this to a The second to the last piece is by Sayed Hassan Al Sari. So it's very pop art. You see stamps, you see like triptychs, and there's a figure. He's obviously popular in Indian art, like, but I wouldn't know, or maybe in pop culture, but I wouldn't know. So this is also something that I like. Won't be for everybody, but for the people who like it, this is well done. And finally, I will end the tour of the Bahrain Annual Art Exhibition here. This is by Ali Murza. This time around, I focused more on the figurative works, on the paintings, but I did like some sculptures, and this is the kind of art that I'm drawn to nowadays. And by the way, I started my work as a curator with Alan Art Gallery, so if you're interested to see some of the art that we deal with, you're welcome. Follow me on aina.kin on Instagram. So this is Ali Murza, very, very, very dark. What I liked about the annual Bahrain Art Exhibition is that you can kind of see the evolution of the artist. So I'll link up my video from 2 years ago, the last annual art exhibition, and you'll see that some of the names that I are mentioning today are some of the names that I mentioned way before. So I'll end here. For the artists and to all the people who organized this beautiful exhibition, thank you so much. And yeah, I hope to see you soon with another art exhibit video.